we are now deep in the caves of Cavern 5. And...
Oh boy.
Gosh, I can never find the list of where I wrote your characters' names. But you are horribly injured. And by horribly injured, meaning...
Harry.
Harry, yes, that's right.
Dee/Danny.
No one
I
calls me Dee Dee.
Ringo.
And Yuri.
Wait,
Ringo
you had to think the longest about yours.
See, I remembered Ringo and Yuri because
Well, I don't have mine written right in front of me.
because your names are weirdly unique to your characters, but you two have normal American names, and
we have random crazy names.
Yeah, so Yuri and
Harold
Ringo are
is-
easy to remember.
Harold is a British name.
Although our names are pretty easy to understand where our characters are from.
Yes. Whereas you guys is like Harry. Because the thing is that I keep thinking you also have a boy band name because of Harry Styles, but
Harry Potter, Harry
I
Styles.
should remember that.
Oh yeah, no, it's Ringo Stiles and then Harold Starr. Or
No.
Harry Starr.
Harold Robinson.
Oh, okay, good. So Harry is injured
Ringo Starr.
and has lost his left eye in a terrible sewing accident.
No, a licking accident.
Yes. He has your flavor on his lips now. So.
Well, I have the flavor of vodka on my lips. Right
Yes,
now.
that is correct. Meanwhile, the rest of you have
couldn't fix it.
journeyed deep into the back of the cave area and are examining this cool.
Wait, I'm not with them?
Oh, you probably are.
I think
Yeah.
you-
No, you stayed behind. You hid under the.
You had hid under behind.
Okay.
You hid under that. We came back for you.
You guys chased the blood
That's
trail.
right.
Yes. And we stayed behind.
Because
I
you
had to
were
give
like
first
trying to
aid.
give him first
Yeah.
aid. That's right.
And ply him full of vodka.
Yes.
And you told us what happened. We
I mean, you guys
stopped. We
stopped
stopped
by.
chasing them because the caves got too small,
Yep.
and there was like an extensive network of smaller caves,
Yes.
which is super unsettling because that means we can't go much deeper into this network, but they can.
And you haven't figured out how far deep you can go because where it shrinks down, it would be small.
Yeah.
You would have to jimmy yourselves through.
It might get bigger later.
It either could get bigger later or it gets smaller and then you're just stuck there and then you're trapped in there and unable to escape. These creatures are quite large as well, so unless they had they are also cat-like, and as we've already learned, cats are effectively 90% nothing, so they're squished into all kinds of places. They do have big heads though, so their skulls are probably limiting factors to how far they can go.
But entering a very limited movement area
Apparently,
with monsters doesn't really sound the
apparently
best.
they're 10% acid.
Their heads are really big, the GM says. Later on, folds.
That could be a thing. At the very least, you have determined that they're not what do you call it? The xenomorphs. They're not like xenomorphs where their blood burns or anything like that. Because you found blood trail and you've determined that at least their blood is like normal blood in that sense. Even though it seems to have independent motive life without being part of a larger whole. Oh, and of course Wen Chao is missing. She's just disappeared.
Someone saw her head on the slope.
I saw her head on the sled, but
You thought you did.
I immediately started to doubt myself because there's no way. There's no way.
And you told us what you saw, right?
Yeah. On the radio, I think.
Yeah.
So those of you who are out in the exploratory team, have you made a decision about whether or not you are going to continue further along the path that might get you to the next set of cave door openings, either to the right or to the left, or are you all regrouped now with the sled group?
I thought we agreed to regroup after we saw it was the cave system.
We did.
right?
Okay,
Yep, yeah.
so
We
you're
wanted to
back here.
regroup.
And so at this point, you guys have...
No, we did go back because I applied better first aid.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay,
That's why I was like, I knew that I met back up with
Okay,
you.
so they did come back. Okay, so at this point...
I think I used medicine.
You have a couple of choices because all your supplies are here. So there is definitely the opinion of Anthony, because his right arm is broken now and he doesn't feel nearly as manly as he was before, is that you should set up camp here because all your supplies are here. and try to send out a signal. Anthony thinks that you should hold up here, set up a defense, have all your supplies, and stop moving around. That there's too much of a threat on the other all the way around. Deborah is of exactly the opposite opinion. She thinks it's way too dangerous here. There's definitely a threat that we need to keep moving and be light, and we should probably find a place that's defensible on at least two sides. And so she's advocating that we go deeper into the cave infrastructure and find some place not so exposed. Because from where you are here, you're kind of exposed on all three sides.
Yep.
And then on one side is just that slope that you can't get back up now. So they're having a little bit of a tiff about it. And they're trying to like see whether or not you guys will side with them. And like Anthony keeps looking at Yuri and going, come on, you know what I'm talking about. You know, we're both like outdoorsmen and we know what's going on.
And Anthony wants to stay here?
Yeah. He thinks that holding up here is the best deal.
Right, who you sending his message to? When are they going to hear it? It's not going to be for a while.
Well, someone on the Nova's got to receive it. We're just gonna have to keep boosting a signal. I mean, they're scanning for sure. They obviously haven't heard back from us for like a day now.
Yeah, we did send that last message before we left the Falcon behind, but if we could tell them like what cave we went in, we'd have a better chance of being picked up. That said, I mean, we've already been attacked once here.
And several times on our way.
I'm guessing it's only going to come back, so if we could find a better place to hold up, I'd feel better about that.
Deborah is reminding you that even if they immediately got a signal, it would be a week before they could even get here for extraction. Mm-hmm. And so we would have to be ready, and we would have to be able to survive a whole week before having to get out there. And sitting out here in the middle of nowhere, we'd be sitting ducks. Like, they're just going to pick up stuff one by one. I mean, they already got Wen, they got Scott. I don't know what we're going to do. We can't just stay here.
Yeah, this does not look like a very defensible position. I doubt we can survive a week here.
Whoever these things are, they're smarter than we're giving credit.
Anthony points out, that's exactly my point. A whole week at the very least. We can't carry enough supplies to last us that long. If we go deeper and we have to come back here, that's even more of a liability. We've packed up all these supplies here. How much can we carry? I mean, we need food, we need water, and then that doesn't even count the equipment. If we leave all the scientific equipment behind and we carry weapons, can we carry enough to last us a week? Oh, but at this point, I'm also sort of like surreptitiously tapping into actual Nick Millman's original experience, since you were the 50-pound pack guy from the Eagle Scouts. So realistically, I don't know how much like a group of regular non-trained people can carry in terms of food and water. Because you were out there a week, right, with 50 pounds?
Yeah.
And it's fairly minimum. Because my general guesstimate is that this is a similar type of expedition. That you need food and water, you need like outdoors stuff, and like you don't really have even extra room like to carry like scientific equipment, and some of it is super heavy.
Yeah, there's a lot of heavy equipment.
Right, not to change the subject a little bit, but
That said, I think we could carry enough to last a week.
you guys saw.
We wouldn't be able to take all of our scientific equipment.
And keep in mind, a week is like best case scenario, because that's how long it would take them to get to you. And that's if they got a message right away and started out today.
You all saw engravings on the walls, right?
Yes.
I mean,
But very, very old engravings. I mean, we're talking about like 10,000 years ago, you know, during like Paleolithic or earlier.
I feel like, you know, we're missing out on our chance to decipher what these are.
There's the second part of it, which is if a group of humans did survive it, there must be something in here for them to survive with. Fresh water, maybe some internal heat source.
We do not know that it was the creatures, or that it was not the creatures that made the markings.
Well, but what I'm saying is, if the creatures did make the markings, maybe getting to understand what those markings are will be helpful to our survival.
Deborah jumps in on this whole debate and says, no, that's ridiculous. And as soon as like Ringo mentioned that there must have been sources, she just leaps at that idea. It's like, look, of course, that's exactly right. Like we just need to. This is Deborah's most not held together moment since you've met her. Like she's been kind of like had like this almost German discipline code, nothing bothers me thing. But at this point, you can definitely see that she's got this panickiness to her, where she's just leaping at trying to just get anyone to agree that you gotta get out of here.
I guess all I'm trying to say is that, we're not going to learn anything from sitting around here. And I feel like if we don't learn anything, then we're not going to be able to protect ourselves properly. As is, we're barely alive anyway, so it can't hurt to, know our enemy a little bit better.
Yeah.
See, even the hurt guy thinks we should get out of here, and he can hardly walk.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point. The monster knows we're here, but if we go somewhere else, it's unlikely it'll know that we're there. We scared it away. We should take advantage of the situation before it comes find us again.
Here's what I'll say. I say we send out a signal. I don't know how long that takes, but we can make it back to this spot within a week's time. If you don't think that they're going to be here within a week, I'll say we send out the signal, go explore, and we predetermine we're going to be back here within 5-6 days.
How long will it take to send out that signal?
And as you're talking, you could already. Anthony is already unpacking equipment. Like he's basically like trying to get in. He figures if he can get something set up here, it'll be too late. Like you'll be stuck, and then he'll already say, "Look, the equipment's already set up. You're doing it." And he's like just pulling out equipment and things like that. Your little satellite feeds, those little tripod things that opens up and has a little like dish on it.
One thing we should make sure to do is to guarantee it does not give off light. Because remember, it somehow knew to break down the torches.
I don't actually think it can see light. Like it was hitting the light bulbs, but when it was down here poking at the sled, it didn't know that we were here, even though we had both of our. I had my headlamp on and Harry had a flashlight, but it didn't detect the light that we were shining at it. Does it have eyes?
No.
Or we said it doesn't even have eyes.
Right, it has no eyes.
Yeah, it doesn't have eyes.
Yeah, it has whatever. If it had eyes, ever, it's been long enough that not only is it not sockets, that whole part of the anatomy seems to be gone. Like there's not indentations or anything.
I whispered to Ringo, Ringo, mate, you still got your phone?
Yeah, I've got it.
So
It's powered off. It's only got like 58% battery.
you were sending out text messages, every once in a while, right?
No. And I wink.
Right, now's not the time. But
Playing coy.
he's setting up this signal thing. Was that the time that you would send out messages? At the same time that signals were getting sent out?
I think it's a different signal because the one I was going to was to a satellite. I don't know if I'll get good reception in here. We're down under in caves and whatnot.
The reason why I ask is if you can send messages out, I'm wondering if you could look up information with your phone.
Sure, I can give it a shot. I guess I'll just pull out the phone, power it on, and we'll see if I can get any signal.
You are not. There's no reception. At least where you are here.
Yeah. I think I'll have to go outside.
I'm not telling you to do that, mate. But I'm just thinking, like, whatever the heck this is, I'm wondering if we can get some answers, maybe from history. I don't know.
Well, we're not going to be able to check the internet. Have to rely on the old noggin. How are you in your history classes?
I was a bartender,
Yeah.
and then I cleaned up, dead body crap, and now
Yeah.
I got no eye.
Yeah, I was pure.
And, so my GCSEs were down as shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty shy at history myself. I can tell you a little bit more about the historical weather information. That part I actually studied.
Being generous about I'm thick as pig shit. So
Yeah, so. Well, hey, we get.
You mean like this great professor who's a history instructor is like, do you know much about like African Middle Kingdom history? And you're like, I don't have an eye. Like that's some sort of relevant knowledge of what you know or not.
what it means is that
Everyone knows your history in the
I was
eye.
like, look, I used to clean up bodies. I have one eye. You think I know anything about history?
I'm not in the right state of mind to know anything.
I'm sorry, I just gotta get past like how that one non-sequitur piece of information. It's like, do you know any history from school? It's like, I just lost an eye.
I only just started drinking.
Sorry. Oh Lord.
You chuck me right out here.
Is this are you having this conversation sotto voce like no one else is listening?
I was just sort of whispering
It's
to see if because I didn't know if this signal situation was the same sort of setup that allowed him to get text messages or send out tweets, and I figured that if he can send a tweet out, he ought to be able to get to Google or something.
Right.
And if that might
Sphinx.
like land you an opportunity to make like a library roll or like computer use or something.
Like do an image search to take a picture of the
Something. Yeah.
scrawlings.
Oh, great.
And do
It's
a
like-
that was the line that I was trying to go down, which may have derailed everything. But
we
whatever.
need
I
to
tried.
find the creature again so we can get a picture of it.
No, but like they have that whole thing with Google where you can like scan and then it just does it itself. And I'm thinking
Reverse image search. Yeah.
if there's a company,
Guys, I think we need
Funny
we need the
costumes.
feeling lucky Google.
if there's a and then you have us make a luck
Yeah,
roll.
make luck roll.
Wow, that would be amazing.
I think
If
so.
there's a company that's most like a Cthulhuan, like
It's Google.
it would be
Yes.
it would be Google.
They even said they're not evil, so you know they're evil.
No,
And that got removed.
They removed it.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Which
what the
is
evil
why.
Because
corporation
people
would say.
found out that they were evil.
All right. Hey Yuri.
Is Google evil? It's like, wait, when I type that into
Did
the
you mean to
search
say
bar,
I'm feeling lucky?
did you mean to look up cat videos or Cardi B?
Yeah, distractions. Here you are.
So anyway,
So Yuri, it doesn't look like this sled's runners are pretty bent up from that tumble. I don't think we're gonna get it to go any further.
No,
Even if it wasn't,
Yeah.
we would need something quieter.
Was there anything we could like rig into a sled of some sort?
Yes, we should make something with out of the wood of the sled.
Okay, just no sewing this time. It
A-
didn't
a
work out
skid.
too well last time.
More like a small skid, yes. In order to carry all the water that we'll need,
Okay.
we'll need something of that sort.
But
But
yeah, okay.
on
Can
the
you start
idea-
looking into that. I'm gonna go check in with Anthony and get that time estimate. I'm not sure how long. I mean, he's really setting up over there.
I'd be surprised if we could get a signal in here, but
Yeah, me too. But gotta try.
But as far as the creatures tracking us, since they do not rely on eyesight, but rather smell and hearing, assumedly, I believe they will have no difficulty tracking us wherever we go in this system.
Yeah.
But mostly we need to find a more defensible position for when they come, not if.
Yeah. Yeah, the sled, I mean, my first thought was the sled would help, but as soon as it knew we were underneath, it flipped it like, like a
If they can't
Kid
see,
flips
why
out.
did they take out all of our lights?
Something they don't want us to see, perhaps.
But how did they know
they
what they were?
Yeah, because you all at this recollection note that when you guys first discovered the ledge, the creature came and knocked out all the actual standing lights you had.
Which is crazy.
Maybe it was heat based.
Oh, maybe.
I mean,
At which point you suddenly hear a as Anthony turns on the generator.
A generator.
And it
Talk about heat based.
yeah. It's not like the super loud diesel kind, but it does have a low kind of sound that
We need to get the
here
signal.
sounds much louder than you because it's so
It's
quiet.
so
in there.
quiet. One of my immediate concerns is how much fodder do we have?
I don't know what the actual volume would be, but you guys brought enough with the expectation that if there were still all 5 or all 8 of you, it would have been enough for 2 weeks.
But that was
Okay.
on 2 sleds, and we have 1.
Right. There's no way they would have.
Oh, but we did grab.
Would you
we
have grabbed
got,
all the water from the campsite? Probably.
Yeah. So we said that we took as much food and water as we could get off the other sled.
It's probably fair to say that given the people who have died and the people that are missing,
We don't necessarily need to find water to survive.
yeah, it's probably fair to say that as long as no one is like being
Wouldn't
wasteful
hurt.
with it, you will have a good 3 weeks of potable water available for the 6 of you that are left here. And there is also filtration equipment that you brought. So if
Should
you
we
do-
should we find water?
yes, or urine.
Oh, it's like of that substantial a filtration
It's
ability.
yeah, it's
'Cause-
it's basically like a large suitcase.
Oh,
So
but
it's
that's
not,
also
it's a little heavy.
difficult to carry.
Yes, but it
Like
is.
if we're gonna carry stuff like water and filtration equipment, we'll definitely need a skiff or something.
Yes.
So I'm gonna start rigging one.
Okay.
Although, is there someone who's better at it than I am? I don't have any like craft skills.
Well-
I don't know. Yeah, art craft. I don't know what you'd use for that.
Well, if you could
Survival?
building.
Yeah, survival probably. It's just kind of like a simple
If you
sled.
spent half a day, you could probably. Because the main problem with the sled is that one of the what do you call that thing on a sled?
The runner.
Yeah, the run. Oh yeah, one of the runners was damaged and is bent.
Even
It's not
so,
broken off.
they're metal runners.
They are.
and they'll make a ton of noise on the stone floor. We want something like wood.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
or plastic, or anything that's quieter.
Ooh.
Wood should work.
Yes.
and be a lot
You
quieter.
would have to dismantle the sled to
Yeah.
get that much wood.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. We're not going to use this sled. There's no way out of this cave.
It would take more effort to try and fix the bent metal part than it would be to take the wood part. So,
Well, say we fix the runner such that the sled is movable. We take it where? We can't take it back up the slope. We can't take
Yeah.
it through the tiny cave tunnels.
yeah.
I mean, we could take it on towards the tall pillar. That area was still wide, but yeah, it would be
But yeah,
much
well, it
quieter
wouldn't
to
make any-
have these wooden runners.
I think that's going to be important. And it'll be smaller and lighter,
Yeah.
easier to run with.
Hey, Anthony. How long do you think that's gonna get? It's gonna take to get set up.
To actually recreate like building this thing.
Oh no.
The signal.
The signal.
Oh,
With the generator.
he thinks he should be able to be ready in about 10 or 15 minutes.
Does he think we can broadcast a signal from it within this cave?
Oh, he certainly thinks you can.
Wow.
He doesn't. He has no way of knowing for sure how good the transmission reception will be.
Okay.
Okay.
But you definitely know that at least from where you are, there's almost, not quite, but almost direct line of effect. Because the cave mouth was pretty large. It came straight back and then it fell at an angle.
Yeah, as long as we're projecting it up and
yes,
out, it should kind of bounce out.
Were it not
kind
for
of.
just like bad angles, there would almost be a straight line of effect from here to the outside. And that's what he's counting on. And he's also, that's another reason why he's worried about going any further deeper.
Was there I think expeditions will often have like a planned schedule of radio contact.
There was, back when you guys were on the...
Right. So what was the schedule between us and that boat? And I guess it would have been between us and the boat that dropped us
Yeah,
off, right?
the plan was to have a daily evening upload. And
Oh, okay. So the boat is still parked where we got off. That was
Yes.
the plan.
yes.
They're
that-
going to stay there. And
Yes, there's
Terra Nova
no place
Okay.
to go at this time
Okay.
of the season. If anything, they may be iced in at this point.
Was it just the two of them on the boat? How many people were on the boat?
Oh, the whole crew is there. They just weren't. They were NPC like normies. So there's like 24 other people, or maybe 12 other people.
They don't have equipment such that they could get to us, do they? They don't have another mobile vehicle or suits.
Nothing
survive.
of that scale. They have emergency extraction stuff like. And they could probably
Like copters? Or
they
like a copter?
not on the ship, but they could call in a helo if necessary, because they would have to get it from the island, right? And it would take a while, but it'd be faster. It'd be super dangerous because they're flying in the Antarctic at night in the winter. But if it was like, oh, we need to save these people, it would be like a Bin Laden style type of extraction thing.
It's like if we need to save those people. If they make the decision that we're worth saving,
and they do have snow machine sleds, so they have these like
snowmobile.
They're kind of like snowmobiles. They're a little bigger. They seat 2 people, and they can pull like a supply sled, and they have those on the vessel. And you don't remember exactly, but there's at least 4 of them. They're just not like designed to go and stay anywhere. They were like quick transport things. So
Okay.
And if they weren't so large, you would have actually brought one with you.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, like, why don't we have any of those?
They're kind of they're big
why
enough
don't
that
we
you-
have one?
Why don't we have one?
They were too
The
big
running
to put
theme.
on the transport that you did have.
Why don't we have drones? Then we could have just
Why isn't
droned through the cave.
I have to admit that was a bad planning part on my part. There should really be drones here, but that was bad.
It should be an
planning.
unmanned
It wasn't in
mission.
the budget.
Drones are so arbitrary now. The fact that they aren't any on the thing is entirely my bad. That's bad writing on my part. There definitely should have been drones. Another thing for me.
I don't know. You
able to
could
survive?
hand wave to say that like this is just before drones became like totally economically feasible. Like,
If I-
6 years ago or something.
The problem is that it's number 1 is today, and number 2, these guys are rich. So it's like, yeah, they may not be economic feasible, and he's rich. Like he funded this expedition.
Drones. That's right. I forgot about those.
Maybe
I put the request
his niece
in.
was killed by a drone.
Oh,
and he refused to have drones on
mistrust.
anything
No.
he finds.
Yeah.
I've never met a rich person
I'm drone
who wasn't
intolerant.
obsessed with drones.
I know, right? I don't know what that thing is. It's like, I'm rich. I need a device that will allow me to look at things I'm not supposed to look at.
When I was a child, I wanted this big drone, and my parents said I couldn't have it. So, so
So now I've always hated drones.
That's definitely a modern day Scooby Doo episode. It's like, what's going on? Old Man Jenkins has always hated drones. That was what motivated him to kill all of them.
Old Man Jenkins.
Like, what was
Oh
the
man,
title?
Jenkins, you can have a drone if
all
you
these
want
inside
one.
jokes from not.
Oh my gosh,
from
that was
before
such a
we
great
started.
episode. You discover at the very end that the only thing tying all the victims together was that they all own drones.
That they all were employed by Amazon.
They were all a member of the super secret drone club.
My friend Nate is in a drone club, so it's,
Oh,
Wow.
yes, it's the Microsoft Drone Club. It's
oh,
wealthy
that's what
Microsoft
happened to
people who
all
own-
of the RC plane clubs.
No, yeah, they're rich Microsoft guys who all bought high-end drones and they go out like every week and fly them around,
Yeah.
shoot videos of them. Yep, you guys are not wrong. That's exactly what rich people do. They're obsessed with drones.
Yeah.
Drones are the new boats.
So we're building a sled out
Yep.
of the sled we have.
Yeah.
Which is also a fairly noisy process. Ripping this thing out, because you're unpacking the whole thing. You've taken the sled components.
We're already making noise with
You are already
with the
making noise.
generator, so this will save us future
See-
detection.
It'd
So
be
things have
noise
gotten pretty
doing that,
chaotic.
or noise fixing the sled, or noise pulling the sled. So everything's noisy.
So Anthony is focused on the radio thing. You two are ripping this thing. Well, you're unpacking the sled.
Who's on watch?
Nobody is on.
That will be me.
Oh, are
I'm
you-
not. Yeah,
okay.
I'm
One
not.
guy with look needs to be looking.
Well, I listen. I'll keep my.
Oh wait, do you have look or listen?
I have listen.
He has listen.
I have the
He-
good
Okay,
ears.
you know,
He
yeah,
doesn't
I have
see
look.
things.
That's right. You have listen.
Yeah, but I can't help with any of the other things, so I'll just be on watch.
Looking is also pretty rough because you guys now have your portable light sources.
Oh, right.
So looking is a lot of scanning around with like your
I feel like
Harry, you should also watch.
I offered to help with the making of the thing, and you were like, fuck no, dude. You're
only have one eye.
You're limping around, and you have one eye.
I totally pulled you in to get your mind off the pain, but all you're doing is like holding the tools and handing it to
Okay,
Yuri. So he's like,
I'm like you.
he's like, Scanner. You hand him a
Yeah, you need to be
wrench.
taking it easy, Harry.
If anyone is noticing, basically it is both inspiring and intimidating how good Anthony is with just his left arm. Like, he's doing all this stuff, and it's almost as
Oh, that's right. He broke his arm.
He's broke his
tumbling
right arm
down the slope.
Yeah, so he's basically doing all this with just his left hand, but
Wow.
he seems to be very good at
He
it.
doesn't need any. Okay.
What's
Is Debbie helping him?
yeah? What's
Debbie
Mark?
is not
Or
helping
Deborah?
him out. Deborah is very much, like, focused on getting things packed away. She is ready. She's doing everything. It looks like she's prepping a go bag and, like, a backpack. She's making sure that she's packing water. You can kind of tell that she's taking advantage of you guys all being distracted by your own projects to get in on the good action of making sure her pack has stuff she thinks she'll need.
Remind me, where?
So she won't depend on anyone else for things. She'll have like some water, some food.
Yeah.
Did
That makes
we
sense. That's what I'd do.
did we find out what's going on with Markham Scott?
He was taken.
He's
He's
dead,
and
Jim.
When,
We don't know if he's dead.
and when or will
He
disappear.
disappeared.
He disappeared.
He's dead, Dave. They're all dead.
He's gonna reappear in the third act.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not plan
I
to
don't
make
say-
it
I
to
don't
the
say
third
that out
act.
Oh, I thought you were saying this to the people. I was like,
I say this
He
to
wasn't.
them.
He wasn't British enough.
Markham's in on it with the monsters.
I'm not so meta.
just
that
like- you're-
I'm
you're
in a
in
cave
enough-
and I'm like, Raw, Malcolm Scott, he's gonna pop back in the third act.
He's like, oh yes, this tension is really ramping
I
up.
love that.
This is a really good
We
second
just
act.
play
you
a writer
guys.
producer where everything is in the context of framed of episodes and
Yeah.
shows.
He's a proper bellend. Fuck shit up for us.
If I were writing this, Markham Scott would show up in Act 3, and this is what he would do. I already have the whole thing in my head.
I mean, he's gonna
slowly surround us.
he's
Now,
gonna,
I
he's gonna
didn't
come
do
in.
it, but-
He's gonna come in riding on the back of one of the.
Hey guys, look what I found.
None of you believed in me.
Get on if you want to live.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
He's gone native. He's like domesticated the monsters.
It's like okay.
He's wearing a blindfold. He's like, I'm one of them.
Yes. Oh my
I
gosh.
named this one Shai Halud.
Oh my gosh. This is like Dune and Bird Box in one movie. It's like
Genius. Dune Bird Box. They're perfect for each other.
no. One of my friends shared a meme with our friend group recently about like what is the best elevator pitch for any two movies combined.
Oh,
It's like whenever they do that thing where they go, oh, it's like Star Wars and Sex and the City together.
yeah.
It's that kind of thing. It's like this elevator pitch where like, what would be the ideal, perfect like movie mashup?
I don't know. Bird Box Dune. That sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, that would be Bird Box Dune as Markham Scott comes back blindfolded, riding on a puma. It's like an eyeless puma.
Well, it's like Jumanji, and we can do Bernie's.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Well, it'd be like Independence Day and Groundhog's Day.
All the movies that are day-based.
No, that
Where like every single day you have to wake up and
that was
save
live,
planet
die,
Earth.
repeat. What was it called?
Oh, Live Die.
yeah.
yeah.
Dude, it's like
What was the actual name of that?
You
I
know,
think it's
wait,
called
is it-
Live Die.
No, that's the
No.
poster.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
is it the
just
one
the
with
poster.
the girl who dies every day and comes back and
No,
has
Yeah,
to save
yeah,
Tom
and it's
Cruise
Tom,
one.
Tom Cruise.
Oh,
The
that
Tom
one.
Cruise alien one. That is Independence Day
Oh, yeah,
Groundhog
yeah,
Day.
yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it had
Because
a
they're
weird-
fighting aliens and they die over and over.
Yes, yours is that. Oh, it had a weird because it was based on a Japanese novel, and so the name was.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of
Yes,
Tomorrow.
that's it.
Oh, here's another one. Jurassic Park and We Bought a Zoo.
Isn't Jurassic Park and We Bought a Zoo just
Jurassic,
Jurassic
World?
Park?
No, Jurassic World.
Oh, that's right.
Where they built. They're like, we can make this work. And they can't.
That's right.
Dinosaurs
We
are
bought
only
the rights to
deadly
Jurassic
if
Park.
you're stupid
we didn't
about
believe
it.
the story.
Oh Lord. All right, so Koa is ready. He's flipped the switches. That part about you guys
Good.
being worried that there would not be as many likes are assured that basically there are only 2 likes on the transmission device, and so
Could we cover it with a cloth?
like a tarp. It's
Yeah.
like-
Does it need the
It's,
lights?
it's only 2 little lights like that. Well, they're like the on-off things that tell you that the signal is on and that the machine is on.
Yeah, I know,
Oh,
but
cool.
like, might as well try and hide it. Maybe a little bit of ink.
But it's the
Like
heat.
that.
Then you can't see if it's on.
So what are we going to say to them? What are you broadcasting?
He's just basically SOS.
SOS.
This is like Falcon de Nova. We need extraction. We're in the caves. We're in trouble. And he's like,
And he's like, we're in this cave, second from the right. There are 6 of them. You can't miss it.
Yeah. If we could send out some GPS coordinates, that'd be pretty good. Like,
Do we have those for us?
Good question.
Peter's got a cell phone.
Yeah, but it has no signal.
I know.
How the hell could it have signal?
I'm just looking for excuses to integrate this phone into the.
I gotta keep it off. I need to save that power. There's no
Yeah,
outlets.
So you can phone a friend when you get to the $1 billion question.
Honestly, would we have had like a super powerful just GPS locator device?
well, on the Falcon there was.
We don't even have a
Like,
gun.
the Falcon is has a transponder in it, so you can find it anywhere on the planet.
May not have a gun, but I've got this.
I
And
guess
pull the
we
flare
wouldn't
gun
have
out of my
expected
pants.
anyone to leave the Falcon,
Right.
But yeah,
I mean,
there are handheld guns you can just carry with you.
yeah. I mean,
but
it wouldn't be
we totally
impossible.
would.
It wouldn't.
Might
the,
not have had those.
The suits have them too.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
follow
They're like
the
those
suit
things that you
GPS.
carry when you go snowboarding, so your body can be found after you fall into the
Oh.
avalanche.
Yeah.
Then, as
Yeah.
long as we have active suits, we could
So that
mention
makes
GPS coordinates.
makes us the most important people here.
Just the suits.
Or the easiest
Your
to find when
bodies
we
are very
die.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll use you to judge whether we're alive or not.
Only 2 bodies were found. The rest never discovered.
They were very nearby, but because they didn't have the suits, we didn't even bother looking. It's like, oh,
Impossible to
never mind.
find.
Okay.
Yeah, so-
Does
so
anything
yeah, that kind
happen?
of Yeah, so Anthony's disappointed to not immediately get a response. You can tell whether or not the signal is not even getting out, but you're definitely not getting any input. But he's just repeating that. And Deborah is almost done with her packing. You guys have almost finished the disassembly part, where you're like breaking down all the pieces of the sled and whatnot.
Yep.
Let's see,
what we're doing.
who has like the best skill for it? Does Anthony have any? Nope. Yeah, none of you are civil engineers. What skill would that even be?
Oh, for building the thing?
Engineers?
Like,
Oh wait,
There's not
If
actually
it's
civil
like,
engineers, like construction of.
If it's an
What
outdoor
exactly?
sled kind of thing, I would
I think
think
survival
that'd
would
be
apply.
yeah, the kind of thing that you
That's the kind of thing that you do actually learn how to make in survival classes, or like skiffs, things that will help you carry stuff.
spliffs. They teach you how to make spliffs in this time of need.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah. When you're out there in the middle of nowhere, you gotta make sure to blaze it.
You gotta blaze a trail, yeah.
You know,
You gotta.
so I'm gonna use this ability. I think this will make so interestingly.
Gotta get to higher ground.
Anthony has a
There we
skill
go.
on his skill tree that's just some random word that I didn't recognize. I kept telling myself I would research it and I didn't know what it was.
What is this?
He has 30% in it, so I'm like, oh, what is this weird skill? It's actually the name of a Polish mining company.
What?
Apparently, Anthony used to work for a Polish mining company. Yeah, it's called like Narzesia Gomishi or something like that. It's like,
He has 30% in company?
well,
Mining
it's
company?
it's basically with things that have to do with that company. So
Okay.
it's the skill that he rolls if he has to influence or get that as a resource or something like that.
Interesting.
But I will say that also means that he knows something about jiggering things together. Oh, wait. Here it is. Mechanical repair.
Well, what is this for exactly?
Mechanical repairs.
Making the
I got base.
Yeah, for getting the
The
thing
signal
built.
to work.
No, for getting your sled built.
Yeah.
To getting the sled built?
Yeah.
That's not survival?
We're just trying to
I guess
rig
you
a
could-
basic.
That's true.
That's what we were
Okay.
kind of arguing for.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah,
It's
then,
the kind of thing you learn to, make.
Okay.
Because in survival classes, you'll learn how to make those out of like tree branches and stuff too.
that's fair. Okay, if that's your good
Of like
skill, I
pine,
can-
of like pine branches.
Okay.
I've actually seen those. Yeah.
in that case, neither Anthony nor Deborah have.
I
Good enough
have
survival?
lots of survival.
I got a 30. I figured it's probably better than mine.
Yeah, mine is 90.
Really?
Oh, okay.
See,
21 under 90.
Ooh,
So that
that's,
is,
that's,
my super
extreme,
success is 18, so not quite that.
all right. So, but very good.
Yeah.
So you confidently feel you have all the necessary materials to make this effective and
It
secure.
won't make a ton of noise. It will carry our stuff, not break.
It will only be able to carry 20% of what the original sled was able to carry.
That's a lot. That's great.
yeah.
Because we can carry the rest.
Yes.
Okay.
It also really, really helps because it deeply reduces the burden of the water weight that you guys would carry.
Yeah, that's the heaviest thing, for sure.
So, at this point in time, I've stopped drinking vodka, and I look to see that this only carries about 20%, and I'm like, fuck.
When you say you stop drinking vodka, how much of the vodka have you drunk?
Are you just like wasted right now?
No, I think I had like
Did you have more than the one bottle?
no,
Okay.
no.
I didn't know like how far you were taking this.
I would say I probably had
I
maybe like 40% of one bottle.
Okay. So there's still 4 plus.
That's a lot still, but yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
still a
It's
lot of
maybe,
vodka.
Maybe your character has good tolerance.
but
I don't
it's
know.
enough for me to be sober enough to be like, my vodka days are over. Leave it here, boys, or drink up. I don't care. If you don't drink it now, we'll leave it behind.
You're not bringing the other 4 bottles?
I mean,
No.
vodka has
There's-
other uses, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you
For
use
a
it?
tough cocktail.
As you guys are talking about this, you note that Deborah has taken one of them.
Oh, she can take
One of
one.
the
I'm
bottles?
just saying.
Like she's packed one with her.
That's fine.
If this,
No, I think we should bring it because honestly, if we can fashion Molotov cocktails, then
okay,
Is vodka high enough proof to do that?
I was a bartender in a previous life. What do I know about this vodka?
I asked because
and it's proof.
It's
A lot of
just
games
so
we've tried
Smirnoff,
that,
like,
and James has nixed it. Is this vodka high enough proof to make a Molotov cocktail?
Is regular Smirnoff vodka hot enough? It's just regular. It's not
I,
what
special.
proof
I
do you
honestly don't
need?
know, but I thought that was the whole point of why it was called Molotov, is because it was
Yeah,
Russian and
'cause-
therefore vodka based.
Yeah,
and I-
I don't
and I
know
figured
because I've
that
never tried
I
anything.
would pack like
You guys ready to get
know,
on the
high
FBI
enough
watch
strength
list?
vodka.
Here we
Oh,
go.
Okay, sure.
Google.
Let's just say yes.
Molotov
with
cocktail.
being
It's enough to
being
light it up.
Russian and a constitution of 70. I
Oh.
expect that I would have very strong stuff.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair.
But yeah, let's all Google Molotov, how to make a Molotov cocktail, and
Great.
definitely not get put on any watch lists.
Yeah, this is not.
This is riveting.
This is not Kettle One. Is this Smirnov?
I thought it was
Problem
going to
with
be, but
being on a watch
if
list.
Nick says that he would have
Just as
brought
long as they don't
a-
take any
From the
I'm
motherlands.
that's perfectly fine. That is reasonable to presume that would be.
In my real life, I don't drink vodka, so I don't know the other brand names.
Yeah, I actually do not either. So, but yeah, I am perfectly happy with.
If this was
Retconning
tequila,
that this is-
on the other hand,
This is
Oh,
safe.
it
I could chat you up about tequila all night long.
yeah. Honestly, it says you'll leave like leftover drops such that they'll kind of aerate inside the bottle, and then
Sure.
you'll add a little like fuel, like cooking fuel,
Right.
to it, which we have anyway.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can
So.
definitely have the materials for it.
It's more about the bottle.
Yeah,
And-
it's like the bottle and its capacity to like build up some kind of a little bit of pressure.
In terms of glass bottles, you really just only have these bottles.
Okay.
Because all the other containers are designed to be like not that breakable. Like you have Nalgene types of bottles, and you have like chemistry sample bottles and stuff like that. But bottles that are just actually designed like vodka bottles, they're big enough that you only have the ones from these 5 that you have left.
So the idea is it breaks on impact, it spills fuel all over the target, and then ignites that fuel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can make
Not
The
like
more
it,
you
not
know.
Not like it explodes with force.
that's
it's
good.
A
So,
fuel delivery
Tabletop
system.
talk.
in the zombie apocalypse, the 6 of us in this room now have the skill to make Molotov cocktails.
It seems very relevant to our situation here in the game.
Too
Yep.
bad.
So-
Too bad none of the viewers at home can watch this to know how to survive.
Well, we're gonna have a how-to video like with the ship on the
No,
red
this
letter
would be
with
great.
the actual.
This would be just
Cock-
like
Molotov
the
cocktail.
Ryan's how to
Yeah.
make alcohol videos and here's how to
yeah.
build a ship video. We should have survivalist videos for all the Call of
Hey
Duty
there!
things.
Today we're making a Molotov
Molotov cocktails, like-
Hi, I'm Dick
Iron
Millman. You might remember I played the survivalist cop in season 4. Here's what you need to do to set up a military stash.
Yeah,
we could
you're gonna want to keep these grenades separate from your C4.
Now,
Let's
here's-
talk about dynamite.
You can easily frame it as we just want to add more realism to your post-apocalyptic role-playing games. We're going to just teach you how to role-play making a Molotov cocktail.
No, the best thing would be if we had some grenades and some yellow. I want all of these videos to little by little make our audience think, who are these people? Wait, how did they get access to uranium and grenades? Is this group like actually like some sort of undercover SEAL team? You take all the rail guns. So, like this
We
is
could
a
definitely
military
fool
grade.
people into that.
And now we're going to role-play infiltrating this mansion.
Yes.
First off, you're going to need to imagine having this doorbuster.
Yes. And then you take it out.
Now, if you've watched our how to roleplay lockpicking video, you'll know how to do the next step.
Oh, that'd be amazing. And then Will comes up and says, well, this is very reminiscent of the time that we had that raid in Abbottabad. And so this is what's going on. It's like, if people in the audience are like, wait a minute, who are these guys?
Philip can help with the lock picking one. He watched the seminar.
Oh, that would be so amazing. All right.
Is that the video you post, or
No,
was
he
it Phil
posted it,
posted?
yeah.
I watched that video
Oh
too.
yeah,
And I
I
was
was
like,
too.
holy shit, what is this?
That was really cool.
It's such a weird. It's like, what group is this people? We have an X-Field team.
I'm in your area. I've got the first 3 numbers.
All right, so the signal is Anthony's got that done. Now he's going to come over and help you guys with the sled building. Deborah seems to not really bring anything to the table here. She's really chomping at the bit to get going. Like, she'll be helpful. She'll keep a watch, and occasionally if you need her to like screw something in or like hit something with a hammer, she'll do that.
This is kind of understandable given the situation. Like, do we want to give her a talking to? Just be like,
Why?
Deborah,
What? It's
we
like-
need to look out for the group here.
You could give her the team player like halftime talk.
There's no I in team,
I mean,
but
I
there
don't.
is an I in survive.
It's like, look, Russ, we gotta stop doing these 4th quarter clutch moves. We need to win at halftime. Like, we can't just count on you every single time.
If it wasn't for the. Never
Wait.
mind. If it wasn't for fucking Jason Myers. Okay.
What a terrible weekend.
Can I use my psychology skill to figure out if she's close to having a mental breakdown, or if there's a way that I could
Calm her,
Induce
calm her
one?
down?
Oh,
Sure.
reassuring.
we're not getting out of
As
here
someone
alive,
who doesn't
Deborah.
know much about psychology in real life, how would I go about doing that?
Well, so sounds like maybe you want to go over there and have a little chit chat with her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not psychoanalysis she needs. She needs like
Go have Peter go
comfort
sing to
or
her.
something.
Ooh. Oh my god.
We haven't busted out those pipes yet.
Give me another chance
No,
on
we
that
tried.
singing coin
No.
flip.
We tried.
Wait,
It was
when
terrible.
was that?
I was singing. What was it, to distract the beast?
Like over the speakers,
Yeah, or
right?
to like keep it
Uh-huh.
away, or I don't know.
Comment, communicate, something.
You can sing
Yeah.
her "Baby, I Dream of You" every night.
Okay, so yeah, I'll go over to Deborah and start talking to her, like, hey Deborah, how are you doing? It's pretty tense down here, and I'm just checking in with
Just
everybody.
wasting time, making noise, trying to get a signal out of this cave system. We're just sitting ducks.
Yeah, well, I see you've got your gear prepared. That was smart thinking.
I'm ready to go.
We've got Yuri and I are over here. We're getting pretty close to finishing a sled, so we can carry more water and food supplies easier.
I know what you're trying to do. You're just wasting time. I got 2 more hours here before you guys get done and repacked and everything like that. I'll be eaten by then.
Well,
A bunch of
if we
elks.
want any hope of survival, we need to get that signal out so that they know which cave to come in. Otherwise,
Well, that's done. You can just set it on repeat and broadcast. We should be getting out of here. Why are you guys wasting all this time?
All right. Can I try and read her?
Yes.
Okay.
You can make your psych roll. See if you.
No. Wow. Damn.
She's luring us.
Nuts.
What did you
She's
get?
an enigma.
78 over 70.
Oh man.
No idea.
This
What's going on
team
in
is not
Hater?
good at their skills.
Yeah. Okay.
Just gotta roll better.
So I guess I think that she's responding pretty normally for this situation.
Yeah.
So
there's
yeah.
like she's
She must be fine.
she's a little bit scared. She's a little bit angry. She also, even though you didn't make the roll, it is not too difficult to assess that she's now the only woman left in a party of all men. And she may or may not have a chip on her shoulder about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll head back to the everybody else. Yeah. Well, she's obviously little nerves on edge. I mean, I admit I am too. So let's. How close are we to getting the sled together?